So my name is Ben Franz Knight. I'm the Executive Director of the Pike Place Market Preservation and Development Authority. And I'm delighted to be here and introduce some really important ideas, conversations, and ultimately solutions for the whole region. The Pike Place Market was established in 1907 with a very simple premise: to bring affordable, fresh produce directly to the consumer and support small farms and regional farms in the process. We have been successful, but as our region has grown, the issues and challenges facing our food systems have become more complex. Over the last couple of years, a diverse set of stakeholder groups has been working together to find solutions to ensure that our food system remains robust and that we continue to serve our local residents and the region and continue to provide fresh food for everyone. I ask you this morning to join me in applauding the leadership of Dow Constantine and welcome him as he shares with you more details about this next important step in conversations and solutions for a regional, robust food system. Dow?
Thank you so much, and welcome to a beautiful Monday morning at the Pike Place Market. I'm Dow Constantine, the King County Executive. You know, I have some prepared remarks, but I'm sort of moved to reminisce. When I was a kid, the market had just been saved, and our favorite family ritual was to come every single weekend down to buy our produce for the week. We'd toddle down here and go through, and all the vendors knew us and would welcome us in and give us samples. This is the kind of place that brings a community together. It's a kind of place that is truly unique to Seattle and King County. And I want to say, for those who had the foresight to save it even after the City Council voted unanimously to tear it down, thank you. Thank you. You know, this is the original farmers market. It is iconic. It is a must-see for tourists. How many have you had to direct here when they ask you, where's that Pike's Market anyway? All the time. But it is also just one of 40 markets across King County where fruits and vegetables and other foods and goods are sold, including many items in local farms. We all love our fresh foods. And with nearly 1/3 of the state's population right here in King County, we have proven that we have an appetite for produce produced by local farmers. 2 million of us and more now spend nearly $6 billion every year on food. But less than 2% of that goes to food grown and produced in King County. 2%. Imagine if we could just double that figure or triple it. By expanding access to affordable farm fresh food, we would create thousands of jobs and strengthen our agriculture and food industries so that they do not merely hang on economically, but they thrive. And making farms more profitable, making farming more economically viable, also helps make farmland more viable. It helps us preserve that farmland and protect it against permanent conversion to other uses. And what's more, boosting local food production can help address a serious health equity issue, an issue that our public health department has targeted as one tremendously important to the people of this county. We need to make it easier for people to buy fresh, affordable food in every community in King County, including those that have been historically underserved. At last count, 86,000 children and nearly 250,000 adults in this county don't have access to enough healthy food for their own healthy, active lives. So, to improve farm economics, to protect agricultural and rural lands, to improve access for all, and, as I will mention in a minute, for some very global environmental reasons as well. Earlier this year, I launched a local food initiative, where we seek an efficient farm-to-plate pipeline that can result in easier access to locally produced, nutritious foods throughout all our communities. In a few minutes, I'm going to convene the first kitchen cabinet, get it, of the Local Food Initiative. I'm pleased to partner with a select panel of farmers, restaurateurs, grocers, distributors, and food innovators. And we have three outstanding co-chairs to lead them. Russ Ruby from PCC Markets, Leslie Mackey from Marina Bakery, and Eric Hawkinson from Jubilee Farms. I've asked them to look at King County's food production and distribution systems and to tell me how can we strengthen that pipeline, the distribution of food across our county. And I've asked them to identify innovative and measurable actions that we can take as governments, businesses, and nonprofits to achieve a more sustainable and resilient food system. You know, as the current generation of farmers reaches retirement age, how can this generation provide more training and capital for young farmers to get started? How do we get the farmable land of King County that is not yet being farmed into active production? This kitchen cabinet will build on the good work being done by such groups as their Agriculture Commission, the Regional Food Policy Council, the Farm City Roundtable, and the recently concluded Local Farm and Food Roundtable. So I mentioned another reason why it's critical that we boost local food production. And it's beyond the benefits to public health, it's beyond the economic benefits to our farmers. It's the need to confront the rising impacts of climate change and rising fuel prices. We need to look no farther than California, where a long drought has meant the loss of thousands of farming jobs with a $1.7 billion hit to the farm economy. We cannot depend on our food solely coming from a global distribution system. We have to build and protect our ability to grow more food for ourselves and for other regions as well affected by climate change. It's as simple as this. Getting more local food to more local tables will mean more jobs and a stronger economy, a stronger wall against sprawl, better access to healthy, affordable food for all the people, and a local food system that is more resilient to climate change. Now it's my honor to present the three co-chairs of the Kitchen Cabinet for our Local Food Initiative. Russ Ruby from PCC Markets, Leslie Mackey from Marina Bakery, and Eric Hawkinson from Jubilee Farms. Will you please welcome our co-chairs?
Good morning. I'm Russ Ruby, Director of Merchandising for PCC Natural Markets. Thank you, Ben, for hosting this event, and thanks particularly to Dow Constantine for the attention and urgency he's bringing to an issue that impacts all of us, the development of our local and sustainable food system. When we heard about this initiative, we absolutely wanted to get involved. PCC Natural Markets has been working to strengthen the local food system for over 60 years. Keeping our business local as a community-owned and operated grocer is part of our mission. We have long advocated working with smaller, more local suppliers for the food and products that we sell. It's why we created the PCC Farmland Trust, an organization that works to secure organic farmland in the state of Washington. It's why PCC members started the Seattle Peat Patch program back in 1973. It's why we work with groups like Seattle Tilth to promote urban farms and gardens that provide fresh produce to underserved neighborhoods. It's why we partner with food banks. For over 30 years, we've helped feed the hungry through the PCC Food Bank program. We work with local farmers, helping them with the financing they need to succeed and providing them a secure market to sell what they grow. We team with schools and nonprofits to educate kids and families about the importance of healthy food. Excuse me. Earlier this month, we opened our 10th store in Green Lake Village, which provided 130 new jobs for the market. Next summer, we'll open another new store, this one in Columbia City, one of the most diverse communities in the nation. This too will bring over 100 new jobs and healthy food choices to an area that's long been underserved. Recently, we're seeing extreme weather and drought disrupt normal patterns for planting and harvesting, not just in California, but throughout the West. Cost for water to irrigate crops, if you can get water at all, plus the cost for feed and livestock are soaring. Farmers and retailers like us have also been paying fuel surcharges for the past couple of years, which further increases the cost of goods shipped into this market. Depending on food from faraway places is risky, and our food supply is threatened, which gives us the opportunity. Model studies done by WSU show Washington State is one of the best places in the country to be with regard to climate change. We'll be among the least affected. So this local food initiative is a tremendous opportunity and creates room for us all to manage the challenges. During more than 60 years, PCC has learned a lot about doing our part in developing local food supply in our region. But we have a lot more to learn and a lot more to do. I'm honored to be part of this kitchen's cabinet and to have the opportunity to work with some really smart and motivated people to figure out what we can do together to create a truly sustainable food system for King County and beyond. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Hi, I'm Leslie Mackey from Marina Bakery. Whoops, is this the one? Hi, I'm Leslie Mackey from Marina Bakery, and this is an honor to be a part of this kitchen cabinet. This is an issue that I'm very passionate about and an issue that I would love to see improvements made in terms of the logistics of getting farm-raised fresh produce to our, to the commercial side of things, as well as to shelters and to food banks and et cetera. So from a bakery standpoint, we change our menu every single week. And we do our darndest to purchase as much Washington State grown produce as possible. But if this was more available to us, it would be awesome. And to have it even available on a year-round basis would be phenomenal. I mean, the restaurant industry in general would applaud this. On a second note, I am a chairperson for the Green Tables Committee, which is part of the Les Dames d'Escoffier organization here in Seattle. It's a group of gals that are nationally recognized in the hospitality business. And what we do is we give grants to organizations, learning organizations that foster the connection between seed to table. So what we've found in our investigation of 3 years of doing these grants, which we've given out about $30,000 in grants to schools, to Seattle Tilth, to different learning institutions, is that the enthusiasm of the kids is phenomenal. And when they're excited, they're talking to their parents, they're impacting their families, they're impacting their communities. And this trickle-down factor creates a very productive and healthy society. And we need to do our best to bring the most nutritious food we can to our communities. So anyways, I'm really excited to be a part of this, and thank you.
I'm Eric Hawkinson. I own and manage Jubilee Biodynamic Farm in Carnation. I've farmed for about 25 years, and during those years I've seen slow, steady growth. What the executive has called for this morning is not necessarily slow and steady, but a quantum leap. And I really believe that we are ready for that. However, there are issues, there are difficulties, one of which the executive alluded to, and that's that we need young people to be enabled to begin to farm. Farming isn't easy, it's tough. Like many businesses, it's about a 4-year period before one can even begin to expect a return. And we need to find ways to enable young people to get into it. The good news is they are there and they want to do it. The other good news is that, as the executive mentioned, there have been so many groups meeting on a grassroots level trying to find solutions. Now we have government involved, and I feel like this committee is going to be successful at putting the dots together, coming out with a coherent plan, and establishing policies that we will enact. So as a farmer, of course, I'm all for a local food initiative. But I believe this is going to be a huge impact, have a huge impact in our community and on the farming community. So I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for allowing me to do so.
Thank you, Eric, Julie, and Russ, so much for those comments and insight into the different ways that our food system is impacted and the importance of this effort. I want to thank King County Executive Dow Constantine again for showing the incredible leadership in pulling a diverse group together. I made one promise just now to Eric. He has quite a few acres of grass that needs to be baled, so we're going to get right to work upstairs. I invite the media to join us upstairs in the Economy Atrium for the first few minutes of the inaugural kitchen cabinet. So thank you all for coming, and we're going to get right to work right now.